Do you think it's possible to drop dead from stress? Well, according to NIH.gov, it is not uncommon for men 40 or older. We'll cut that out. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think it's possible to drop dead from stress? Well, according to NIH.gov, it's not uncommon for men 40 or older to randomly drop dead of heart attacks and strokes from excess stress because they work long hours. Look to your right. That person next to you is suffering from stress. You may not be able to tell, but they have their own way of dealing with things. It doesn't matter how you deal with it. Identifying your stresses and exploring ways to deal with your stress is beneficial to your physical and psychological health. First, you need to analyze your life. Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you sleep all day? Yes? Mm-hmm. Do you not sleep at all? Do you constantly sleep? Sorry guys. We'll edit. Keep going. We can cut. Think of your habits and how they contribute to your health. It matters more than you think. How you deal with stress can be noticeable to you until somebody else points it out, like nail biting or picking at your face. You know you do it, but until someone actually, oh, what happened, you don't realize you're doing it that bad. Analyzing and paying attention to your behaviors is a key factor. In analyzing your behaviors, you need to know what causes your stress. For most people, it's usually based on relationships, fighting with, your significant other, families, having financial problems, or jobs. Just like alcoholism. Don't look at this. You have to accept and acknowledge that you have a problem. Thank God you're editing this.
No, Omar's gonna leave this part in.
I'll do it if he brings the equipment, that's fine. You have to accept the things you cannot change. My personal theory is, why worry yourself to death about it if there's nothing you can do about it? I used to watch my mom get sick constantly, throwing up sick from stressing over money, over her boyfriend, over what us kids were up to, what's wrong in our lives. I've watched it get bad. Another great example would be the perfect family. You got the perfect life, the perfect house, the perfect job, and to build all that, you have to have the perfect debt. It's all built on loans and credit cards. But what happens once you lose your job, then you get the stress of money. Money gets tight. And then people start to worry. That's where a lot of people's stress has come from. Bills stack up and it gets overwhelmed, and it's stressful knowing you owe people money, but you have to eat first. You have to put food on the table. You have to feed your kids. You have to pay your light bill so people, light and electricity. Eventually you'll find a job, whether it's lower income or not. You'll just have to put that debt on hold, and that's where people's stress comes in, is because because they can't pay their bills. Adapting healthy lifestyles will keep your mind occupied and make yourself feel better. Physical activities will benefit your overall health. You'll feel more better, you'll have more energy, and it'll help you deal with stress by relieving a lot of tension. Smiling while you do your daily activities will help you perceive that you're happy more often. And then end your day with relaxed time, whether it be a hot bath or a hand massage. How many of y'all have had hand massages? Not you. Well, my friends and I, we usually give each other hand massages. Not in that way.
About to say, Jenny, wow, get my friend in there.
Good friends.
Friends with all of y'all. Wait a second.
It's wait, I've been missing out.
Come on, down here.
Just be sure, if you give a hand massager, you get one, return the favor.
I agree.
Yeah. Yes.
It happens more than not.
I
That
love my
don't
friends.
get
Y'all
to
are funny.
determine what is bad things.
Communication is a key factor. More people don't understand what you're going through than you think. They may have similar problems and can offer you advice. Can offer you advice on how to deal with it or how they deal with things to help them get through things. Saying no to people, that helps. Don't stretch yourself too thin because stretching yourself too thin will cause more worry and more stress. Negative influences only make matters worse. Be sure to avoid things like drugs and alcohol.
I'm putting it down forever.
Avoid them because
It's empty.
if you use those to ease worry, it can lead to dependency and then you have more problems.
She's got a sister in there.
Don't overeat and undereat because then that causes overweight, underweight.
Is that a problem?
That's a very big problem. Reclusiveness, don't lock yourself away because communication is the key. And if you start locking yourself away and ignoring everybody, then you start feeling worthless and useless, and then you start wondering why your friends don't invite you out anymore, and it's because you never go out. Learn how to deal with your stress positively and effectively in order to live a long, healthy life. If you ever feel like things are too much to handle, please consider seeking help. Certain insurances cover it. Certain workplaces will have free lines to call. You just need to talk to somebody. They're usually confidential. You don't want to worry yourself to death, do you? What's it?
So I have a question.
Okay.
So you didn't cover this in this at all, but stress relievers.
Mhm.
What about sex?
I'm sure.
I understand you covered hand jobs, but
Thank you.
I'm not really big on hand massages. You know what I mean? But the actual full body sexual experience.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm sure it would. I mean, I guess that is massaging muscles.
Actually, it releases endorphins, causes you to actually be more happier, which takes away from stress.
There you go.
so fuck a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have
I'll
personal
edit that
experience
out.
with the undereating thing? How does that? How do you?
Well,
Because you went to the
it makes you weaker. It makes you weaker, and then you get really thin, and
Turn your fingers blue.
turn your fingers. Actually, you know what? That probably
You're talking about Viagra?
wrong finger. Wrong finger.
It's a horrible night.
Yes, it with eating, eat. That's my suggestion. Don't not eat. But I know sometimes like your stomach. The best way to get through that would be eat way smaller meals, even if you have to force yourself to eat.
Yep.
Because and even if you stick with like soups, because not eating you lose weight too fast, and then you're sick constantly, and then all of a sudden food will hurt your stomach a lot. It's worse in the long run. And I need one more question. So,
Why are you looking at me?
anybody?
What are different ways to relieve stress other than sex
Release.
and hand jobs?
Kickboxing.
Oh, physical workouts.
Physical workouts, yeah. Kickboxing, running, rollerblading, swimming,
Pounding on a
fight
bag.
club. I mean, yeah.
Pharmaceuticals?
Yeah. Sorry.
What
Yeah.
about alcohol?
And I said no.
What about marijuana?
No.
Nah.
No. Feel it. I'm not going to say no.
I think God would argue that.
That's fine. God can argue that. For the point of the speech, we are done.